Hey guys, hope you're well. So I realized when I did my last video about how to hover a remote control helicopter, I didn't actually tell you anything about how to land the helicopter and what the best way to do is. So I'm making this video to explain how to land. So again, going through our transmitter, as you can see here, my stick's pretty much at halfway, which means you have no you've got no pitch, so the helicopter is not actually trying to go up in the air or trying to come down, okay? And from here all the way up, this is positive pitch. From the middle all the way down, this is negative pitch. And when you're learning to hover, you're probably a little bit higher than middle, so you're probably learning to hover around here somewhere. If the helicopter's dropping, you just put a tiny bit more. And if the helicopter's climbing and you want to stop it, you just put a tiny bit less. But you're sort of hovering somewhere around here. Now, when you go to land, you definitely don't want to be putting any kind of negative pitch like that at all, because what that will do is that will literally slam your helicopter into the ground and it will crash. So you basically don't want to go really below halfway. But what you also don't want to do is you don't want to land the helicopter under power. So if you're hovering around here and you bring that stick down a tiny bit, what will happen is the helicopter will start to drop towards the ground and eventually it will land. But actually it will land under power and you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to actually cut your motor and cut it off completely when you're about, a couple of feet off the ground, 1 or 2 feet off the ground. Now on here I have a throttle hold set up. So all I do is flick it like that, and that will cut my motor and then the helicopter will just drop. So when you're flying, get the helicopter in a nice stable hover, okay? And let's say you're hovering around 1 or 2 feet, and all you do is you hit this button, your throttle hold, or whichever button you have set up, and that will cut the throttle and the helicopter will just come straight down. Now, if it comes down a bit too fast, all you have to do is just increase your positive pitch, just to slow it down a little bit. And that's all you have to do. Definitely, you shouldn't be trying to put any negative to bring the helicopter down. That's a no-no, and it's not a good idea to try and land the helicopter under power. Once the helicopter lands under power, funny things happen and it can crash. But once you've hit your throttle cut there and the helicopter has actually touched down now, you can put as much negative as you want. In fact, it's good to just put all the way down, put your negative all the way down. That will secure the helicopter on the ground and it will make sure that the helicopter doesn't, flip or anything weird happens. But you put your throttle hold. So if we start from the beginning, you're hovering around here, you hit your throttle hold. You might need to give it a tiny bit of positive, so it comes down gently. Once it touches down and it lands, full negative. And that's basically how you do it. So I'm just going to go to the field and I'm going to demonstrate how we do that and what that looks like.
Right guys, so we're at the field and I'm just hovering the helicopter there. So all I'm going to do to land it, I'll bring it a bit closer to me. Okay. And all I'm going to do now, while I'm about this height, okay, I'm just going to hit throttle hold. There you go. And it's just landed. Okay, and this is the best way to do it. You don't land it under power. You literally just hit that button there, or whatever button you have set up. So I'll show you again. So again, I'm in a hover. Okay, it's hovering nicely there. And I just hit that button again to cut the throttle. So show you one more time. So again, I'm in a hover. Now obviously you could do that any direction. You could do it nose sideways, you could do it nose in, you can do it any direction you want. So this time I'll do it this direction. So I'm here, I'm in a hover, and again just kind of throttle and land it. And this is literally just the best way to land it. Don't try and land it under power, because sometimes the fly ballast unit could do funny things and you know your model could end up flipping. But this is basically the best way to land it. So let's just do it one more time. And notice my sticks, guys. Notice how I put a bit of positive pitch once I hit my throttle, this throttle cut, this button there. And then once I've landed, okay, once I've landed, I'll then put my negative pitch. So let's do that one more time. So I'm here, hit, positive, negative. And that's it. Simple as that. That's the best way to land your helicopter. It's simple, it's easy, it's not hard. So yeah, do that, practice that, and yeah, keep flying, guys. Thanks for watching.